Hey man, this Coach Bryant, man, JP Bryant, owner of Jam and Play. I'm also an educator. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the Love Doctor.
All right, let's go. Good afternoon. I'm Justice Robinson, man. Big shout out to myself for making it this far. Big shout out to everybody that put this together. And big shout out to my son, baby. We got work to do, Carter. Let's go.
How you doing, everybody? It's your boy, Lance Nagelson, aka The Love Doctor. You know where we at. We at the Brotherhood. It's going down right now. I got my goons with me. I got my brothers with me. And today we're talking about fatherhood. Now, you know what's going to get. Come on, man.
Different men have came and gone, but their legacies will last forever. But now, who is going to step up to the plate? Who is going to lead by example? Who is going to be the new leader of the Brotherhood?
Yeah, it's time.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Lance Nagelson, aka The Love Doctor. You know where we at. We back at the Brotherhood. Today, I got my brothers with me. Man, I've been knowing these brothers for a very long time. We all went through our trials and tribulations. At the end of the day, we're stronger. We're wiser. That's what we're all about. I can't, iron sharpens iron. I can't be my brother's keeper if I can't help my brothers out and they can't help me out. If I can't listen to them and they can't listen to me, come on, that's all about maturity. Today, we're talking about fatherhood. Ooh-wee! The importance of just being a father or just being a father figure to somebody. So fellas, let's talk about our fathers right quick. I know both of y'all said y'all fathers are in your life, but let's talk about what's some things that y'all fathers installed in y'all and some things that you had to learn from yourself.
Well, I'll start with this, man. I was blessed to be raised in a two-parent home, and my father did a great job showing us an example, of how to be a man, just being, respecting just women, and as I'm a coach now, but it took me a while to really accept, pretty much my purpose in that. Growing up, I saw my dad coaching boys up, and they would call him, daddy and stuff like that, and they'll come by the house sometimes like random, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know I had a brother, but it wouldn't be my biological brother. It'll be a brother, a big brother from somebody that he coached or taught up.
Right.
So seeing that growing up and like really put in perspective of giving and being that example, being that father figure. I'm not a father right now. But I am a father figure to my students and student athletes, and the best way to give an example is by giving your all to them and showing them the example on how to be the best version of themselves through this game of life.
Come on, man. So what can you say that something that your father couldn't teach you, that he just didn't teach you how to learn for yourself?
I mean, everything I practically know, came pretty much from my father, man. It's always moments where,
he
told you to do something, and then you don't listen. You get, and then life gotta teach you.
Right.
And sometimes, man, like Inky Johnson says, life is your biggest teacher, even when pain is, the one that's teaching.
Right.
Pain can be the biggest teacher.
Right.
You feel me?
Let's do.
And you don't know that until you actually go through something.
Right.
So.
Okay. What about you,
My dad, he installed a lot of principalities in me. As far as, knowing the worth of a dollar.
Come on now.
Understanding that if you don't value a penny, it'll never mean nothing to you. You know what I mean? So a lot of the things that my dad taught me was more so principle based. It really wasn't, I didn't really get that emotional support from him. My mom kind of made up for that. So like my mom kind of introduced me to the church and everything like that. My dad wasn't too far in the church, so I really had to get God for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he did some of the things that I needed to survive with this money. I needed to be able to learn that from him. Awesome leader when it came to that. Certain things I would say, I had to learn on my own, especially being understanding my own emotions, understanding as a man what not to do, what to do when I reach that point of emotionalism. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that he installed the principalities in me when it came down to the money and everything like that. But everything else, I really had to get it either from my papa or from my mom. And that's not to discredit my father at all, but it's to show, it's to really to show that what it was important for him to do, he did it.
Right.
He was still a provider.
Right.
He still loved me. He still had weird ways of showing it,
Right.
but I know that he did. And then you gotta account for how he was raised.
Right.
So a lot of us try to discredit our father or our parents on a certain type of spectrum, not understanding they didn't get it for themselves either. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I don't want to put him in a negative light like that at all, but it was some things I had to just really learn on my own. Like, I had to learn it on my own. And now that I'm a father, I'm at the age of 26. I'm a young father. My child, Carter, Darnell Robinson, boy, you know I love you. A lot of things that my dad did not do, I have to do now.
Right.
And what makes it even harder, me and the mother of my child, all respect to you, Regina Daniel, thank you so much for having my son. And because we're not together, I have to make sure that I'm there a little bit harder than I am. You know what I'm saying? Than a normal two-parent household would be.
Right.
So at this point right now, it's about making sure right now at the age he's about to be 4 years old, about understanding him for him and not trying to put him on a pedestal that he's not ready for yet.
Right.
So what can I do to be able to be beneficial to him is be exactly what my daddy did not give me.
Right.
The emotional side, the credits, the you're doing good, that motivation, that extra push. So as of now, man, I try to make sure that I stay afloat and make sure that I'm talking to God first, because I feel that he fulfills me with what I need to be able to father my son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at this time right now, man, I thank you for my dad. Like I said, he gave me the principalities of the dollar worth, and you know, and my mom and my papa for stepping in and giving me that reality side. You know what I mean? So
that's one thing that you said that, man, a lot of people don't understand. You took the uncomfortable road.
yeah,
As in, you could have took the road that my father didn't show me this, so I'm not gonna do that because I don't know how to do it.
yeah.
But that's the easy way out.
Yeah.
But when you want to make a difference, you want to have an impact on somebody's life, knowing that somebody under you, especially as your child, I have to understand that what he didn't give me, I have to understand. I need to find out how to give that to myself. And now I need to understand how to give that to my son.
Oh, absolutely.
Because a lot of people take that for granted, and that's how we start generational curses, especially towards men.
Yeah.
Like, I can't show you love because my father didn't show me love. And so that's gonna trickle down to him, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Right.
So how many times we gonna just see generations go through the same thing until somebody stand up and say, I gotta put a stop to this.
Right.
Because I'm not just looking out for me, I'm looking out for my future.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And so one thing that you also brought up too, which is, boy, you bring it out the gyms, bro. Hey, this is the brotherhood, man. We talking about real life issues, real life situations. When we talking about, the reason why I said fatherhood, because I believe that there are a lot of father role models out there that people are scared to look up to. Like you said, your grandpa talk to you a lot. It can be that coach, it can be that teacher, it can be that somebody that you see every day that try to tell you, hey, pull your pants up. Hey, here's $1. Here's some ice cream, here's some candy.
Right.
Let me help you with your finances. How your day going? Different things like that impact your life. So let's talk about from a professional standpoint. I know you're a teacher also, you're a coach.
Right.
From that professional standpoint, what do you see in your kids that you try to install but you see a lack of?
Been working with kids for a while, ever since I've been in high school. And I think the thing that I've seen the most in kids is they lack the encouragement to keep going. Just literally not having that enough stamina, not having the brains, not knowing when to put the pieces to the puzzle, not knowing when to, this is how I'm supposed to act at this point, this is where I go to next. So I think honestly, just being able to be an effective coach.
Come on now.
Not the best coach, but the more impactful coach.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not here to give and give and give and give and give and give you things that your parents can't, but what I'm here to do is help mold what they can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I believe he said something earlier. He said he's a good father figure to a lot of them. You know, that's very important because they may see a father in him that they'll never see in nobody
Come on
else.
now.
So where he
Come
is,
on now.
even right now, and where a lot of us educators are, is we don't understand the importance of impact for our kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we gotta get to the point to where it's not about being the best. It's about being that impact for that particular
Right.
child.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It is
So,
one thing I'm gonna let you go.
Right.
Man, one powerful thing that I tell people all the time: just because somebody has power doesn't mean they're a leader.
Right.
dude.
But it comes with leadership, but that doesn't mean they're a great leader. It's a lot of people that's around us that have serious power. We look at athletes, entertainers today, we like, why they not doing this? Why they doing that? You gotta understand. They only did what they had to do to get the money to get their parents out of the stuff. They wasn't worried about the time I need to save the world. They wasn't worried about the time my legacy. My legacy was get my mama a house, get my daddy his famous car, different things like that.
Right.
And so we think about teachers feel like, I went to school, not all teachers, but some teachers be like, I went to school, I got my education, different things like that. Cool, I'm gonna teach y'all, y'all learn it, not, I'm gonna go home.
Right.
But there's some teachers like you two that dial down and say, hey, I've been in your shoes. I see you wandering around. I see you trying to find yourself. Play close attention to this type of group because that type of group gonna have you wandering for the rest of your life. Come on now,
But
I had to say that.
Oh,
that's man, those are great points, man, and you guys really brought something to my attention, man, and I meant to mention it, but a lot of times, sometimes we're afraid to accept the role of father figure. Sometimes we kind of stray from it or have that self-doubt, like, am I really qualified?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And it's like, and you mentioned something about power. You know what I'm saying? And just because you have power doesn't mean it's leadership.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody has power in them. Everybody has a certain gift in them, which is their power that God has given.
Come on now.
And it's not until we accept that and accept what He's giving you
Come on now.
and give it right back to His people.
Come on now.
Because, man, I'm
Come
telling
on
you,
now.
it's
Come on,
so-
that's what we talking about. Hey, that's that everyday love. That's what we trying to show. Come on
bro,
now.
and
That's what I'm
it's-
talking about.
And you know why it's everyday love? Because God is love. He's created it all, man. Like,
on,
come
boy.
on. And that's where the power
Come on,
comes
boy.
from, man.
One more time.
Like,
Come on,
now
boy.
you get me warmed up, man. It's like,
Come on.
And like what he said was real about the impact on the kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a PE coach and I'm a football coach, but the relationship that I have with them is more than just what they see at school.
Right.
Because I don't know exactly what they go through,
Right.
but I know what happens behind the scenes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have students and athletes that pretty much got to grow up pretty fast. You know, we're in a tight situation. They in tight situations. Some of them are homeless, and you know those behavior issues come out because of things that they can't control. So when we provide that emotional support and we give them a sense of hope, we give them we literally are saving their lives, bro. And that's what made me tap into and accept my role. Like I have to be this father figure.
Come on now.
Because you know, as an educator, we know that's the foundation.
Come on now.
If we give up on them, who else they gonna have?
Come on now.
If your father give up on you, whoever. If God didn't give up on us, why should you give up as a father
I'm
figure?
sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
Listen.
And that's
Listen, that's major.
it has to be
I'm
that way.
sorry, man. I'm sorry,
major.
man.
It has
That's
to be
major.
that way, bro.
That's major. That's
It has
major.
to be that way, bro.
That's major.
Like faith is the foundation, and if He gave it to us, you have to give it.
That's major.
It's in our life-giving contract to give it.
Come on now.
Major, man.
Like we are here for a reason,
Come on.
and it's to give that love.
Yes, sir.
And if we not, bro, we doing a disservice to us and our legacy. Every day you leaving a mark, you leaving a print, and you leaving footprints and footsteps for somebody to leave.
Come on
Come
now.
after.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So
Yes, sir.
we got to continue to build the generational blessings and stop the generational curses and being comfortable.
Say it again. Say it again. Say that line again. This is a bar. This is like Jay-Z in his prime.
Nah.
Say
Yes,
that
sir.
bar.
Not
Say
quite,
that.
not-
Say that bar again. Say that bar again.
Man, we have to continue to build the generational blessings and stop the generational curses. All right. So and continue to lead have those footprints for people to follow.
Man.
The blueprint has already been laid.
Come on now.
God has already showed
Come
us
on now.
in the good book.
Come on now.
It's up to us to take the wisdom, give the wisdom.
Listen, that's
Yeah.
really good, man. I'm sorry, I gotta stop you right there.
Yeah,
he
you go-
done
you got it.
did something
Man,
really.
it's hot in here, man.
Yeah, it's
like,
hot in
it's
here.
really hot in here,
He
like,
done did
man.
something, man. Listen,
Woo.
I literally been watching Money Heist
Mm.
for the past couple of days,
Yeah.
right? The Money Heist has a lead person in
Right.
charge.
Right.
He's not doing all of the work, but he has the plan already mapped out.
Come on now.
He has the plan already mapped
Right.
out. His name is the Professor. Some people can attest to they seen Money Heist and they know how it goes. I'm not encouraging nobody to rob no bank, but how he was able to be
You making a point,
successful.
yeah. You
How
making
he
an
was able to
example.
be successful was that he followed exactly. His father was his biggest influence. He listened to the stories that his father told him
Right.
about the money heist.
Right.
And how did he execute it? He executed by planning ahead. He knew when something was about to go wrong. He knew when something was about to go right.
Yeah.
He knew the technicality in the consequences
Right.
behind every action of what they performed.
Right.
And that's literally how we have to be as role models.
Absolutely.
We have to see the plan for what it is,
Yeah.
not just for ourselves, but
Yeah.
you gotta be a visionary for other people.
Come on,
when
man.
you're
There you go.
leading, that's when the power comes in.
Right.
And then when you're literally sitting there, understanding the fact that you have a plan,
Right.
the first thing you would have to do is understand that you have to get that guidance from somewhere else because we're not capable
Come on.
of doing it by ourselves.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So while he's being a PE teacher, while you're doing your thing, being a coach, there's still plans that have to go in place in order for you to be beneficial to whoever you touch,
Absolutely.
whoever you come around, whoever you're mentoring, whoever you're coaching, and everything like that. And Money Heist really messed me up because the professor had it. He had the blueprint for them to be successful.
All they
But
had to do is
all you
follow.
had to do was follow.
But you gonna make me walk off again, man.
I'm telling you, man, it's that simple.
I'm glad you said that, man. I was reading this book one day, man, and they were talking about like when you building something up. Like for example, you take this couch.
Come on now.
In order to build a couch, the couch comes with a manual.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
come on.
If you don't follow what's in the manual, the screws are gonna be loose.
Come on now.
And over time, like it won't happen right away.
Hey, yo.
But you may think you can figure it all out
That's
yourself.
Yeah.
But over time, something's gonna
good.
boop, boop, break down. You're gonna break down because you didn't follow the guideline. You didn't follow the path. You didn't follow
Yes,
that
sir.
plan.
Yes, sir.
That was before you.
Man, you know what your example just remind me of? I think one day I talked about it in one of my wake-ups, and it was just that foundation of a house. See, if a house have a cracked foundation,
Right.
it's not gonna fall automatically. But then you keep building on it and keep building on it and keep building on it, and over time, the house is gonna dip in.
Right.
Then how is it possible to fix the foundation? You gotta tear up the whole house. You gotta start from scratch.
Right.
See, that's not bad though. Starting from scratch. I want my insecurities to go away. I want my pride to go away. I want everything that's stopping me from getting God's blessing to go away so I can be in control of my own life. And then we live in a generation where we find so many excuses. My father was in my life. I don't got no role model. It could be you just not want to listen to somebody.
Right.
It could be you just denying the blessings that he's trying to give you. It's something about a wall when you got it up in your mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing can get in, nothing can get out.
Right.
It can be somebody knocking at that door or trying to help you out, but you didn't build a wall that
Right.
nobody can penetrate.
Right.
And also, so the bad behavior that you already got, it ain't gonna go nowhere. Because you stopped somebody from getting in, you also didn't even know that you stopped the bad things from getting out. Come on now!
Yes, sir.
This ain't the brotherhood. Come on now. Go ahead.
Man, you mentioned
Woo!
something, man. You mentioned something, man, and you hitting it on every realm. You said people give excuses because their father wasn't in their life. But we give excuses because we not doing something. Well, if your father wasn't in your life, it's the very same reason why you should be the father figure you should be. Again, we have to make sure that we stopping the generational curses and building that structure for that house of the generational blessing.
Come on now.
Like, and bro, like I said when I as a PE teacher, I'm in the gym, but I run my gym like a classroom.
Yeah.
We start the day off and we set the day. And we talked about character. One day we was talking about gratitude, just to set the tone, like, because they go through stuff before they come to my class, and so we set the tone. Man, this girl said, we was talking about gratitude. She said, sometimes, I sit in my room and when I'm feeling down, and my dad comes sitting next to me, right? And she said, she feel like sometimes she hating herself when she go in her room by herself. So what she did, like she said, she said that her dad talked to her about God when she feeling down. Anyways, make a long story short, she went to sleep. She said she had a dream, and in her dream, she said she was hating herself. In her dream, she said like she didn't want to do anything with life. She was just hating herself. She said, and all of a sudden, God woke her up. And when she said God, when she woke up, she said, God said, every time you hate yourself, I love you more. She said, like, this is coming from a third grader.
Wow.
She said, when I'm feeling down and I'm hating myself, God wakes me up out of my sleep.
Let's talk about it.
God can really wake us up,
Let's
bro,
talk about it.
and say, hey, I love you more than that.
Let's talk about it.
You meant more than that.
Let's
and she
talk
said
about it.
ever since she woke up, she's been overwhelmed with the amount that she can do. So every week she comes to me and say, Coach, I got another word for you, because I embrace her gift.
Come on now.
She can speak
Come on now.
at an early age.
Come on now.
So, just the fact of the matter that, man, like the love that we can share through gratitude with these kids, man, and building that foundation shows that, man, bro, it works.
Man, bro. Woo! First of all, fellas, let's just take a deep breath right quick, because, man, one of my favorite slogans is the best is yet to come. And we just in the beginning of the conversation, man. I want to get even deeper. I want to talk about topics that people avoid, people are scared to look at. And so I'm about to go somewhere deep. I'm about to go somewhere strong, especially to my brother like him, man. So when you said earlier that, to the point that you and your lady are separated,
Right.
but y'all have a son.
Right.
Let's talk to the people that don't understand that situation, as into respecting your son's mother, as into showing her respect and also communicating with her in the mind of still raising him.
Okay.
Not abandoning the situation because it's not a family thing no more,
Right.
but you understand the responsibility that you have to steal her and the son.
Okay.
Because a lot of people take that as an invitation to.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down like this, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. When she first told me that she was pregnant, I instantly wanted to kill myself. Why? The reason I wanted to kill myself is because I felt that my daddy did not deposit enough in me for me to go back and give to him. So because I felt that way, I wanted to take myself out. And the reason why I wanted to take myself out is because I couldn't manage me enough to take care of him. So when she told me I was halfway suicidal, halfway normal, halfway just crossed Kappa, halfway just got into the meanings of college. Everything was college, right?
Yeah.
So I asked myself, what is it that I could do to step up to the plate to make sure the start of all of this was gonna be good? I had to be there. No matter how it looked, no matter how it felt, no matter if I thought we was gonna be together or not, it does not matter. I'm at every doctor's appointment. It don't matter what it is, because she's carrying something that I could never.
Yeah.
That's deep. How could you treat somebody any type of way that cannot carry or have the stamina to do what they are doing? Boom. Of course, attitudes get in the way. Of course, I don't really want to be here anymore. It's not because of my son, but because there's tension between me and you. Then on top of that, I gotta be even honest. I low key, high key, filled her up with hopeless thoughts of, yeah, we gonna do this, yeah, we gonna be together, yeah, we gonna do this. But in my heart, I was not mature enough to reciprocate exactly what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? So being far-fetched and being 100% honest, man, I was still there. I was still at the labor, and I'm still there for my child. I'm not gonna lie, I end up putting myself on child support. Not because I was mad, not because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but because no matter how I feel about her, she still needs support. No matter how she feels about me, she still needs support. And it has to come from me, because if it won't come from me, it will come from somebody else who's capable of sabotaging my son's head. I can't live with that. So what do? Even though we're not together, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But how do I deal with that? How do I go daily by day? How do I do it on a daily basis? I miss my son every day. I don't get to see him every day. I get my son every other weekend. And I'm cool with that. I still talk to him on FaceTime. I still talk to him, everything like that. But if it was probably the other foot around, she would probably want me to have my son even more. But the problem that we don't talk about anymore is, how is a man supposed to provide if he always has his child when they're not together? How do you make that happen? I kid you not, I got only one answer for it. If you're not getting guidance from God, there is no way, it's not possible for you to handle that on your own. A lot of us really develop unnecessary tension between the people that we love because we don't understand the cost of what comes with handling your responsibility.
Come on now.
As long as my son can walk around here and have some drumsticks in his hand, as long as he can FaceTime me and set up his own fake drum set at his house while daddy playing drums and he's on FaceTime, I did my part. And I'm gonna keep doing my part. It's not about me and her. It's about us being co-parents working together to make sure the foundation for him is good. We've lived every day of his life. He has not lived every day of our life, so he don't know what's coming. But just like I told you, Money Heist, he's seen the blueprint. He's been through it. His daddy told him what was about to come. His daddy told you how to get here, how to do this, how to do that. Why can I not do the same? You gotta look past emotions, bro. You gotta look past emotions when you're dealing with stuff like that. I'm not about to develop unnecessary tension, because at the end of the day, I still need to make sure that you in your sanity, because my son is around you.
Come on now.
It doesn't matter. I don't care about where we are as a relation. I'm not concerned about that. I'm not concerned about it. As long as peace is important, you gotta understand that you protecting somebody else's peace as soon as you pregnated that woman. It's your job to make sure that it's peaceful for her. It's your people be. I've had a lot of dudes ask me, man, I can't deal with her. I can't deal with my baby mama. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, how did you start? Were you there from the start? No matter what, were you there when she needed you? Did you put some type of groceries for her? Did you give her something to where she felt like her foundation was okay to have her son around you? Because that's what we're living in. We're living in a time where we're understanding what's uncomfortable for us, what's comfortable for us. We're in a time right now where we're around people that's like, no, this is not for me. We are literally understanding. It's like almost like the light is coming on with the millennials right now, because we're understanding what we don't like, what we don't want, what we want to tap into. But the biggest secret that I would have to give somebody that is in a position with the mother of their child, baby mama, whatever the case may be, is that everything is 99% of how you react. You have to understand that you cannot afford to react the way you want to, because somebody is relying on your purpose to be fulfilled through your action. Somebody's waiting on that. And as far as me, I'm not about to disrespect the mother of my child. I'm not about to yell at you. Yes, my attitude can get out the roof sometimes. Of course, I'm human. I get it. But the at the end of the day, it's about making sure that I'm still there for my seed because I helped plant that.
Come on now.
Get what I'm saying?
The responsibility.
So it's about being responsible.
Yeah.
It's not about, oh, okay, I'm mad at you because you did this, or she got a boyfriend, or I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
As long as my son has breath in his body, and I'm able to breathe some type of purpose into his life that's coming from my father, I know that I still have a job to keep going. I ask people this all the time. How do you know that you really want to be successful with no matter what hardship, no matter what circumstance? How do you know that you want to be successful? And the first thing I say is I ask them to literally write down what you do from the first thing you do in the morning. What do you do in the first thing in the morning? And whatever that routine is, you can already see where you lacking it because it's in your routine.
Ooh, come on.
What do you do every day?
Yeah.
Do I tell my son I love him every day? Am I there to ask the mother of my child, does she need anything every day? I personally think she's independent. She does how she want to do it. But sometimes it's good to hear that your son want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to hear that my son is calling for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what are you doing every day to make sure that things are in line and in order and in purpose and fulfilled? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I think that's the hardest thing because a lot of people out here just having babies to have babies and have no remorse for nothing.
You got babies having babies.
You got babies. You got children having children.
Come on now.
And then you're expecting greatness out of childish thoughts. You get what I'm saying? You're expecting greatness out of that. So where I am now was not where I was 3 years ago when he was 1, when he was 2. When I tell you, I give my hat off to the mother of my child. No matter how I feel about her, I'ma still love her with the grace of God because he's still loving me through my mess.
Right.
I'm still a mess. I'm still trying to kill off stuff off of me every day. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my biggest message to those that are in that position is no matter what, there is a seed waiting on you to water it. If you do not water that seed with the proper nutrients, what does the plant do? It dies.
Come
it
on.
dies.
Hey, if you want to go even deeper about a seed, we don't even have to talk about a human. That seed can be your religion. That seed could be your success. That seed could be your positivity.
Oh, yeah.
That seed could be your peace.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on now.
Oh, yeah.
And if we want to be real, this is all stuff that hinder us that we don't pay attention
We
to.
don't pay
It's the
attention to
small things that we love the most. It's the small things you can't take care of.
Most of the time, we can't acknowledge that type of things because we're not around people that sees what we acknowledge.
Come on now.
They don't understand. You can't.
Come on now.
That's a whole nother issue.
It
That's
is.
a whole nother issue. That's what I'm talking about. We develop unintentional tension with the people around us because we're not all on the same comprehension level. I can't expect you to comprehend nothing that you're still on an elementary level about. You can't. That's even with relationships.
Come on now.
We literally gotta stop dating at an eyesight.
Come on now.
The Bible says walk by faith and not by sight, but yet we still do it. Yet we still hoping for the best. Yes, we're still hoping for this and that, but we're still doing stuff at an elementary eye level. And until we break away from that and say, you know what? It's a lot more that comes with what I'm actually looking at. It's a lot more that I can interpret because of the way that I'm looking at it. I know people that have contacts, eyeglasses, 4 eyes, 6 eyes, got all the prescription that they need and still can't see in life. You still can't see. You done got the permission. You done got the prescription from the doctor, and you still can't see because you're not around anybody to help you see.
Right.
That's the problem that we at right now, and that's why as educators, it's important for us to help these kids see because they don't know, they don't know, and it's not gonna get any easier for them. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my biggest thing, dealing with the child and everything like that. It's not hard. It's not hard. Give it to God. Know that He's gonna provide, and as He provides for you, it's not optional for you to provide for your child. That's not an option. We got too many options. Oh, I should do this today. Oh, I should do this. No. You every day with it. That's everyday love.
Yes, sir.
You every day with it. You know what I mean?
Man,
That's it for me. I'm
Woo!
done.
Fellas, man.
That's it.
So, we ain't gave us so much game. We didn't drop so many. I'm talking about, woo. Me, myself, I can say this. I'm looking at this episode, like I do every episode, at least 10 to 15 times. Because I feel like I can watch this over and over again, and I can learn something. From myself, from both of my brothers.
Absolutely.
But how we gonna end this episode? We gonna go deep into ourselves. So we can be that father figure. So we can be that father. So we can have that impact in people's life. We first have to convict ourselves.
Man.
We're gonna end the episode on that.
That's heavy.
Talking about how we have to convict ourselves. I can speak first. I know a lot of people go through this, but a lot of people don't talk about this. We're gonna talk about this later on in another episode, how after college, that moment when you have to take a deep breath and be like, what's next?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna be real with you, we being real. Not a second education is meant for everybody.
Right.
Going to get your master's, going to get your
Right.
doctorate. Sometimes it's meant for you to figure out what's next for you. And I had to ask God for myself and be like, God, my life is in your hands. I can't see the people I saw every day for the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk to the people that I talk to every day for the past 4 years.
Right.
I can't have the same mindset or be comfortable like I was for the past 4 years. Me even having my show up there to come to Houston, it's a bigger platform. It's like, God, how am I do this?
Right.
And his message to me was, believe in me. Trust in me. Keep loving me.
Right.
And I promise you'll see how that reciprocate to you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Now I'm in Houston. Got my own organization called Everyday Love. Now we're on a TV show right now. How y'all doing? Called BrotherHood. Making an impact to not only to the brothers. You'd be surprised how many women hit me up and say, I love your show. It helps me understand my father better. It helps me understand my mother better. It helps me convict myself
Right.
how I'm treating my man because I don't know what he's going through or what his mindset is. It's just the fact that you giving your all to God and he like, don't worry about you. I'll do the rest. I'm just waiting for you to put the key into the ignition and I send you toward the destination. Like you said, there's already a plan and a blueprint
Right.
set,
Right.
but it's up to you to take control of your life. But one thing you have to do is give it all to him. So I'm gonna give it to y'all.
Dropping gems,
So,
my brother.
Absolutely.
man,
Dropping gems.
hey.
Yes,
So brothers, what was that time that you had to say, you had to convict yourself? Like, hey, you're going too far. You drifting too far off the road. I need to, because it's bigger than me.
Right.
And I feel like people need to accept that's one thing. We're going to talk about that later. It's so much stuff we can say, but in a short amount of time. But it's so many people know they in a leadership role and people look up to them and still want to take control of it. And so that's something, I want to talk about. But we're going to talk about this message. How did you understand you had to convict yourself? You was drifting too far away. He was like, man, I need to put a stop to this. This ain't the way I should be going.
Well, man, earlier we mentioned about how what are we planting the seeds, right? Well, there's two type of wolves. There's a good wolf and a bad wolf. You become the one you feed. So,
Good, man.
and
Yes,
I got that from a guy named Inky Johnson, man, superb guy.
Yeah.
And what happens is, man, a lot of times we plant these seeds in habits and things that we do on a regular day basis.
Routine.
Whether it's
Come on.
routine.
No,
or what you
everything
said.
we said is in line with each other. Come on, man.
And we creature the habit because a habit is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So what is your routine that you're doing that that reflects who you are as a man, as a woman? You know what I'm saying? What are you feeding? Where are you planting your seeds? Are you nurturing? What are you nurturing? Is it going to benefit you or is it going to harm you? Is it going to help or is it going to harm? Are you going to grow or is it going to die?
Right.
From the things that you are spending the most time in.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? And so I had to realize that, you know what? I feel convicted if I'm doing the things that's going to kind of, hold me back from really what I want to ultimately become.
Right.
So that's thing about it is you gotta have ownership, man. You gotta humble yourself and be like, you know what, I gotta get right. You gotta take it to God. You can't take it to nobody else. And there's times that I literally look at myself in the mirror and be like, no, that ain't the way. It's either you gonna start now or you delaying your process. And the thing is, as long as we aligning ourselves with God, He'll show us a way. The blessings are already there. Your decisions can delay your process or promote it, depending on if you're aligning yourself with His will. You know, so it's all how you feel. It's all about what you feel.
I think I started to convict myself, and this is me being totally honest. It's when I got tired of my ways hurting people. I started convicting myself when I was able to look at myself and look at other people and said, you don't even know that I'm hurting you. I've literally planned to hurt you already, and you don't even realize it. And I got to that point and I said, God, it's enough. But when I started saying enough, I started losing people that was close to me. I started losing people that was close to me, bro, because I felt like I was hurting myself. Because I started to gravitate to some of the things that they did, and because I don't really have brothers like that. I have a real brother that we on two opposite ends, you know what I mean? I used to think that the people around me used to have my best interests and stuff like that. Some of them did, some of them did not. Right. So I started convicting myself when I got tired of hurting people that didn't even know what hurt actually looked like until after it was already done. So I started creating habits for myself, and those habits started eating at me, and I'm just like, nah. So I fell into a depression after I graduated out of college. When I graduated out of college, I entered a depression, bro. And why I entered a depression? Because when you were in college, you literally created habits for yourself.
Yeah.
Your eyes have created habits. Yeah. So you're not seeing 50, 60 different girls, women. Every day. You're not seeing some of the things, you know what I mean? So when you get out of college, you're just like, I gotta reteach myself how to really make it. Because college, that wasn't the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I really started convicting myself when I really realized that I was hurting people with my actions that they knew nothing about. Even if you trusted in me to lead you. Come on. And I still failed myself and you. That's hurtful. You gotta live with that. You gotta wake up with that. Come on. How do you literally wake up with that and be like, and be okay with that? I was okay with hurting people. I'm okay with it. I'm good. You're gonna bounce back. You was hurt last time. You're gonna be all right. That's cool. But it was still self-conflicting me. When the thing about it is, you talk about when you convicted yourself. When did you really make it about yourself? Like when did it become about you? Because you've been hurting yourself this whole time doing the same habitual things. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, bro, I just realized, I said, you know what, God, I'm really tired of hurting people. I don't want to put myself in a position to hurt nobody. So when I realized that, the first thing I realized I had to do, I said I had to kill something off of me every day. Every day. It was not easy, bro. I had to kill something off of me every day. And what's crazy is people be out here thinking they really growing. You're not growing if it ain't hurting, bro. If it ain't hurting, there's no way you're growing. My man's be in the gym. In order for him to gain the muscle that he needs, some of that muscle gotta tear. Come on, it gotta be uncomfortable. We not really growing out here, bro.
Come on now.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well, they growing the wrong thing. They growing more bad habits. They growing more insecurity.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm here to say it. I'm giving this to my fellas. We're coming with a part 2. First time we're doing this in the Brotherhood. We're coming with a part 2. If my fellas will have me, if they will come again, this will be amazing. Even if we ask more people, it's some more stuff we need to talk about. And man, this episode been amazing. So, but we're gonna stop it right now. But part 2 coming soon of what fatherhood looks like, and the different type of jewels and different type of methods we putting into not only our life, but to your life. We just hope you've been blessed. We hope you got something out of it. We hope just God is speaking through us and speaking to you at this time. It's Levance and Agason, aka the Love Doctor, signing off. Till next time. Part 2 coming soon. Come on, brothers. Thank y'all so much. Man, come on, man. Get up, man. Come on, brother. It's all love, bro. I love each and every one of y'all, bro. It's all the best is yet to come, man.